Ooh, welcome to some more fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and as you can see, I now have a new setup. Yeah, I'm able to have my camera be floating. Ooh. So hopefully with this kind of a setup, I may be able to actually review leader class figures in my normal setup now. So, yay for me. Which means, to sort of inaugurate it, I'm going to review this feller, which is the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe class ScrapMetal from the movie Revenge of the Fallen. And here he is in his alt mode, which is based off of the Volvo excavator that appeared in the second movie. And if you're wondering who ScrapMetal is, since the name doesn't ring a bell, he's actually, I think the fan base knows him more as the Little One during Megatron's reconstruction. Yeah. This guy here was the Constructicon that was taken apart and whose parts were used to bring back Megatron. And here he is as a figure. He also serves as the left hand of the movie version of Devastator. I also apologize that I now have this in frame, but it's a new setup. I'm still sort of adjusting here. So yeah, ScrapMetal. Very nice, very nicely detailed excavator. It is fairly accurate to to what it is based on, although always not 100%. I mean, to toy. Sometimes some liberties have to be made, especially since this is supposed to be some kind of triple changer. Because yeah, this guy here can combine into a Devastator. Yeah, the Studio Series line is making a how many was it? It was like an 8-part. Devastator, Studio Series Devastator Combiner. ScrapMetal, I think, is the first one that came out, and he serves as the left hand of Devastator. And again, here he is. In terms of function, you can see he can kind of roll. I mean, he does have 3 wheels. He has this big one here and these 2 little ones. So he does have wheels, don't exactly work, but he's got them. Then, an adjustment here. Come on. There we go. There we go. Floating camera. Alright, so here it is. So here is, again, in terms of other features, he can move his arm and bucket. So you have a hinge there, hinge here, and hinge on the bucket. And that's about it. You can't move side to side. But honestly, I don't mind. Still very nicely detailed. Pretty cool. Now, I think I've talked up too much about his vehicle mode and who the character is. Let's get on with his transformation, which is pretty straightforward. First things first, you have to pop up this. You have to maybe not so gently. There we go. Pop off this. This becomes a little shield that he can use in vehicle mode, which is plugged there. And now, the rest of his transformation. What was the first thing? First things first. You unplug here, and then just pull this up. Then you come here. Here we go. Then you come in here, and you pull out. Wiggle, pull out, and down. These will eventually become his legs. And then, what was the next step? Oh, you fold these. Well, you fold this to the side for clearance. And then you pull apart these pieces. Then you just lift up. It helps for clearance and whatnot. And then you fold this up like so. Bring this down. Rotate. Flip out the feet. And then get this. Bend to give him the sort of the chicken legs that movie Starscream is famous for. You have those chicken legs ready to go. Or if you could leave them straight. If you want to, just have them have the one knee. But they are supposed to be like that. Next up, you then fold this up. You're a click. Fold this down, and now it's ready to go. And for here, you pull the chest forward. Like so. And rotate out. And this is a really neat little detail. They have this sort of spine molding here. I don't exactly know why, but it's there, and it's a neat bit of detail. Maybe it pops up in his when he's combined or something. Because from here is just a spine that's, you know, back there. Nice. This is a nice bit of detail. Maybe it pops up and there's his head. Which check that out. Very nice head sculpt. Very movie Decepticon-y. And then for here you just fold this forward, and it'll be like a little very soft click. Then you just adjust this. This is forward. Adjust. Forward. All that's left are his claws. Just come in here. For the left one, you come in here like so. And then, how is this? And then you pull. There we go. Pull that out. You now have this one. Now his right one is actually different, a little bit different. Pull this out, and you go in here and pull this out. So I think this hand is slightly smaller, maybe, unsure, but there we go. And there is ScrapMetal. Bit far away here, but there he is. Very nice little figure. And you just adjust the arms. Neat. And I think this design for ScrapMetal is based on some concept art that he had for the movie, and that's where this design came from. Since you don't actually see ScrapMetal in the movie for like a couple seconds, I think, and that's like at the moment where he's being torn apart. But yeah, so for articulation, his head is on a ball joint. And like an extra hinge there for up and down, but it's on a ball joint. Arms are ball joint, as well as this hinge. So it has the one hinge, ball joint, another hinge, ball joint, and the wrist can go up and down, and the claws can open and close, like so. This side does the same. Then we have the legs, no waist. Oh, click that into place, no waist. The bucket can still move here, but unless he wants to attack, well, you can give him a tail. Something. It is supposed to be, but I prefer it like this. For the legs, it's a ball joint there, and then hinge. Oh, that's more for transformation, but he does have two hinges, and the feet can open and close. But again, that might just be for transformation. Now, for his shield, there's a little spot here in which you plug in like so, and there. He gets a tiny little shield. He gets like a neat little shield. There you go. And that's ScrapMetal. Neat little Constructicon. For size comparison, here we have Ratchet. Let me get it close. He's about the same size. I'm impressed. He might be a little bit wider, but yeah. There's Ratchet with his quarter. And he's a neat little Constructicon. I wouldn't say he's like my favorite, because I think up until this video, I only knew him as, well, the little one, the one whose parts were used to bring back Megatron in the second movie. But still, I really like this design. It's a very, very cool looking Decepticon. Especially Constructicon. Neat. So that's the first one of the Studio Series Constructicon. And like all Studio Series, he comes with a backdrop. And here we have the Pyramid Battle. The Pyramids of Egypt. The Pyramid Battle, specifically, this is that construction site, as you can see in the shadow, where Devastator first makes his appearance. So it's unlike, who was it? There's another, unlike Jetfire, whose backdrop was, I think, somewhere else in the battlefield, this was in the, that quarry, yeah, where Devastator appears. Oh, and one neat difference that this backdrop has as opposed to all of the other ones is this symbol. As you can see, it's a Devastator symbol. Instead of it, because it's usually the Autobot logo, but here they have Devastator. That's a nice little touch. I guess from the side, you can tell which ones are supposed to combine into Devastator. So, there we go. You put them there, and boom. Let me angle it. And he looks really nice. Whoops. Don't follow me now. And so, yeah. That is the first Constructicon, ScrapMetal. Let me put this back to see if I can get a better angle. There we go. Again, disregard the switch. But yeah. So we have ScrapMetal. And overall, he's a fun figure. He's a nice solid figure in his own right. And I think it's also nice he's a pretty obscure character that they made him. Although the reason why they made him, because, you know, they want to do Devastator, which I'm super excited for. I cannot wait to make a movie version of Devastator. I mean, we did have that Supreme class one a while back, but that one was only the pieces. That one felt more like a Megazord, it felt more like one was making a Megazord, since the individual parts didn't have robot modes. This is now the first time that we're getting a legitimate combiner with each individual part having its own robot and vehicle mode, which is awesome. I cannot wait. So yeah, overall, by itself, it's a solid figure. And also, just to show it off, he has a little connector piece here. This is gonna be the connector piece for when he's in hand mode to become a Devastator. So that's gonna be the connector piece. So what else? Like, I'm not gonna show you the hand mode. Like, I'll do that when I get all of the although it feels like it's gonna take a while. When I eventually get the other Constructicons and then just combine them. I'll just in that one Devastator video, I'll show off each one and then just combine them. I figure that's gonna be a long video anyway. So yeah, ScrapMetal by itself, solid. Can't wait for the other Constructicons so I can make Devastator. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class ScrapMetal, and this is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out. Oh, and one more thing. I don't remember now if I mentioned it. His alt mode is based on the Volvo excavator that was in the movie. Not exact, but it was based on it. So yeah, peace out.